into another show basically about someone who escaped a cult.
Oh my god.
But it's not really a cult. I really want, anyway, it's called My Unorthodox Life, and this woman escaped her traditional fundamental Jewish community in Muncie, which always makes me think of Kingpin.
Muncie.
Muncie.
Like Munson.
Right? Wasn't Kingpin from Muncie?
No, I think his name was Munson.
Oh, I thought he was from Muncie, Indiana, or whatever that is.
Close. I think that he lived. It looked like Indiana.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. That's all I could think about. And I'm like, how is there like a traditional fundamentalist Jewish community in the middle of Indiana? It's just not what you think, right?
Funny. You do like the cult shows. That's kind of it's kind of weird.
Yeah, she totally escaped, and now she's the CEO of Elite World Models. Like she like runs like the biggest modeling company.
The biggest cult of all.
But she's trying to change it for the women.
Yep. Hello? Last video store on the left? Yeah, of course. Of course we have all of them. Except for The Last Jedi. I completely agree. It's complete garbage. All right. Thanks for calling.
Why would anyone think it wasn't complete garbage?
There's a whole group of people out there that are seething right now. Seething!
What?
Because they love it. Hey, this is my favorite people.
Mayor!
Hey, Mayor. Hey, guys. How you guys doing today?
Not bad, not bad. Another day in paradise?
It's so hot outside for being supposed to be cold. You know, it's good to have something warm you up, though.
Oh,
So-
well, is that what you got in the bag today?
Would you like some of what I got in the bag?
Sure, I love everything you always have in the paper bag.
Oh, today's special brought to you by the mayor is Neon Nightmare, because it looks like a neon nightmare.
I bet you've had some of those, huh?
I've had a few neon nightmares in my lifetime. Oh, God, it's just tearing my stomach apart.
Well, what's in it?
Oh, I think it's an ounce of coconut rum, an ounce of blue curacao, an ounce of melon liqueur, sour apple puckers, and pineapple juice.
Pretty good, Mayor.
Is it?
Yeah.
I can't tell anymore. My taste buds have all seared off from the booze.
Well, I'm surprised you can't taste this.
Oh,
It's
hot
delicious.
Damn, that's good, huh?
Yeah, like a cruise ship in my mouth.
Hey, I gotta use your bathroom for a minute now. You think that's okay?
You know where it is.
All right, I'll be back, kids.
That's delicious. Some of his stuff isn't always so good.
I'm glad he always brings extra booze for us.
Guys, do you mind if I kick off early to go to Metal Fest that's right outside?
Oh, metal. That's today? Oh.
I don't know, Janitor Jay. I think that we just opened and it's so loud. I mean, we can hear it in here. So it should be fine where we are, right?
At least it's not Where's My Pocketbook Fest or, we're on a new bar fest. We're putting in a new bathroom fest.
Oh, hey, hi. Hey, good morning. Welcome to Last Video Store on the Left.
Howdy do. Howdy do. Howdy do.
Howdy do to
Hi,
you.
Hi. I'm looking for something specific. Something very specific. I was wondering if you, with your expertise, might be able to help me find it.
Well, that's what we're here for. We have got all the expertise and all sorts of specificities.
You came to the right place.
I'm sure of it. When I came in the door, you looked like you know what you're doing.
That's kind of
quite a bit.
That's a compliment.
I'll take it. I will take that.
Yeah, well, so what are you in the mood for today then?
Oh, it's very specific.
Very.
Yes, I'm looking for the first Die Hard. But I would like to see it in a German language version with Chinese subtitles.
That's very specific.
Yes,
Very specific.
yes. I know you can do it. I've heard a lot of good things.
You know what would be actually kind of fun is if Die Hard was in German and Bruce Willis was the bad guy. and he was trying to do some weird shit, and they're trying to stop him from being a lunatic. That would be awesome.
Right, like stop him from coming down on those other guys because he kills all those guys.
Do you think in Germany
right?
they celebrate Hans Gruber, and they every Christmas they think that McClane's the bad guy?
They might. And so then let's add in the Chinese level on top of that. Because it was a Japanese company.
It was a Japanese.
It was Japanese. So I don't know. That's too much. That's too much. Those are two totally different cultures.
I've gone too far with my request, perhaps?
Well, you haven't gone too far, but I think because this time of year, Die Hard is such a hot movie. So, but let me give you something.
We're gonna open your eyes.
We're gonna open your eyes to something that maybe you would prefer instead. Now, Die Hard, the funny thing about that was, like, you had these terrorists that came over, these thieves, high-tech thieves, and they had a lot of high-tech gadgetry, and they were really ahead of the curve with how to perform all the tasks they needed to perform. They had explosives, and they were very well organized, and they had computer hackers and all sorts of great stuff. So we're gonna steer you in that direction.
In fact, we have a movie from 1995 called Hackers.
You don't say. You don't say.
And since the whole underlying almost kind of theme or premise of Die Hard, but it was technology. It was basically they couldn't have done what they had done if they hadn't had the hackers.
Absolutely, yes.
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 Yes, I'm excited now. I will abandon my original request. Let me formally abandon it now.
Do you have any questions about hackers? I mean, it is mid 90s.
I have lots of questions about hackers.
It's 90s, but it's pretty awesome. I mean, it's rollerblades, it's frosted
Okay,
tips, it's payphones, it's weird clothes, teenage angst.
It is all of those things wrapped in an Angelina Jolie paper.
That's right.
Because she's so thin.
Angelina Jolie.
I know, a young Angelina Jolie.
Young, no less.
She looked like a small boy. Recently, we watched another movie where the boy looked like Sarah Jessica Parker, and now we've watched a movie where Angelina Jolie looks like a boy. I mean,
there's batting 1,000 here. It's good.
I wish she looked like a famous person.
Well, at least I wish she would never look like her father.
Oh, that's good. That
is a very good point.
She can age more gracefully.
No one should ever look like John Voight, except for John Voight.
But I wonder if she is going to age into John Voight. That's a really good point because she has.
Scary.
Yeah, I mean,
she's
really.
She's got that big, bulbous
John Voight head.
Well, a lot of actors got their start in this movie. You had Angelina Jolie, and then you have Johnny Lee Miller from Trainspotting fame,
who then married her.
Right, they got married right after this. You have Jesse Bradford, who went on to do a bunch of things and then disappeared forever. Matthew Lillard.
Was he the kid with the braces?
Yeah.
Okay. Matthew Lillard's in it. Matthew Lillard is great.
He was in a ton of 90s and early 2000s stuff. Mark Anthony, married to Jennifer Lopez, who sings and all that. He was an actor.
Sorry, there's singing in this.
There's no singing in this. This is before he got his singing chops. But,
but Mark Anthony's an actor in this film.
Right.
Oh.
It's super 90s. Like, supposed to be 1992, and it isn't?
It's the year 3000.
It's 19...
It's 1992. And if I had lived in that 1992, it would have been spectacular. It was made in 95. I thought that the movie was...
Is it based in 92?
Oh, I could be wrong, but I wrote that down.
Oh, what's 3 years? Nah.
They have a club for kids, like teenagers hanging out and playing like really cool, almost VR video games and smoking cigarettes and skating on their inline skates, which is very strange. The inline skates in the 90s.
How did I miss this film?
So the film's writer and director and some cast members attended the New York City 2600 meeting. It's a monthly hangout for hackers, the hackers community, to observe so they could talk with real-life hackers and hang out.
You can buy that magazine at Barnes & Noble. It's a monthly.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
2600.
Interesting.
Like the Atari.
Oh, wow.
Very cool.
Oh, like the Atari. Yay!
Hey! Nerds say what?
What?
Exactly.
The clothes are either really, really fantastic or terrible.
I do remember that personally.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Oh, were
yes.
they terrible?
Well, it depends on what you think of it.
See, what I liked about the 90s, and I didn't realize I was a part of this, but I knew I was a part of it, but I didn't realize other people were doing it, was the ingenuity and how you would doctor your clothes.
That's true.
I
yes.
mean, you just had to get creative with whatever you were doing. I mean, you were some weird shit, but it was all cool. Like just, how you would
Lots
cut
of
things up and wear things under things and
layering and safety pins.
yeah. It was pretty neat.
And shoulder pads.
Yeah, I guess they were on their way out.
Sometimes
Some
in
Not-
suits there were shoulder pads.
Yeah, these kids are
You're
dressed.
thinking you're still Die Hard. You're still around the Die Hard times.
Am I?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm
But
sorry.
But the shoulder pads were still kind of there, but getting phased out, I would say.
Yeah, getting phased out.
I mean, I think for the fashion alone, I'd watch this movie. Just to be like, and the rollerblades.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it also has our friend, what's his name? The bad guy.
Oh,
For
yeah.
my science project.
Fisher Stevens?
Yeah,
Fisher Stevens
also from Johnny 5 is
from
Alive.
Short Circuit.
Yeah, in his most racist role ever.
Right, probably a great role, but then
Should have
horribly racist
Should have been
role.
given to an...
Age well.
What'd
Did
you
not
say?
age well.
Didn't age well.
No.
It was wrong then. We knew it was wrong then.
I didn't know. I thought he
I
was.
did. He
Oh, I
was
did
not
not.
Indian, and I knew he wasn't Indian as a child.
I was
like,
an
why is he
idiot.
playing an Indian
Well,
man?
I was a moron as a child, and I thought he was Indian. And then when I found out he wasn't, I was like, wait a minute,
But
that's weird.
I had seen him in something else. I had seen Fisher Stevens in other things. So to see him in a movie with basically brown face was really...
We can't forget about the accent.
Oh, it was bad. Do you remember that movie?
I do, and I'm intrigued by this because I have a fascination with things in films that you could never do now.
Yeah, completely. And
I miss a lot of those things.
yeah, that was definitely wrong.
Good, clean fun.
Is it?
Good fun.
Okay.
And I miss that.
Let's not talk about Soul Man,
So
which we won't talk about until another time.
until another time. So hackers, besides all of those people,
Right.
they really show you what they think the insides of computer programs look like.
They didn't quite have an idea what the internet was or how to show it, and they kind of still don't. So they kind of did their best.
I think they did like an hour of research, 3 lines of coke, and then banged the script out in half an hour.
You do? You think that script was just written?
Dude, okay, look, there's some fun stuff, but there's some really bad dialogue.
Angelina Jolie's terrible. She's terrible in everything she does. She's terrible.
There's some bad overdubbing too. There's like I hate bad overdubbing, and it's such a subtle thing, and you might not know why you don't like a scene, but then if you go back and look at it, you'll be like, oh, that's why, because it sounds canned and disingenuous. It just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it's raw. It sounds wrong in your ears.
Right. It doesn't match what the rest of the film feels like. So they went back and redubbed, and if you look, you can see that where it is, it doesn't, like their heads are turned away or whatever, and it's just like, it just sounds like they're in a phone booth somewhere.
So the height of production.
On a technology-based film was kind of low at times.
Yes. I'm so fascinated now.
Yes, you should be. You absolutely should be.
And was there a sequel ever of this Hackers?
There was not. There was not a sequel.
Why not? It sounds fantastic.
Well, so I have a question for you. You said you remember the 90s fashion. Did you have rollerblades?
Yes,
Did you use your rollerblades?
I did, yes.
Where did you take your rollerblades?
Anywhere that I could find a soft landing. So preferably a sidewalk with grass.
It's a smart move.
Did you ever wear them like around your neck so that like when you'd walk someplace, like you got on a train or got in a car, but when you got out, you'd be able to like throw your rollerblades on and just go?
No, I was usually trying to hide my bloody knees, and then I got pads.
Okay.
I wasn't very good at it.
There's a lot of really good rollerblading in this, which makes me question.
Is there rollerblade dancing? Because that's a skill I never mastered.
They could have veered off into that, but they didn't. There was a moment where they're in this kids club, like this teen club. What would you call that?
No, yeah, it's
A teen club.
Yeah, it was some kind of a
Clubhouse.
yeah, but
In
it was
New York
awesome.
City.
It was like a yeah.
Yeah!
It was like a cross between
do VR in clubs.
No, but you know what? There was lots of clubs for teenagers in the 90s. Buffy hung out at the Bronze, and it was like a teen club. And there was a teen club in Party Girl. Like, that girl wasn't old enough to be partying, right?
What was the Saved by the Bell one?
No, that was a restaurant. That was like a diner, like on...
The 80s version of Arnold's.
Yeah, exactly. So...
It was a combination of a video arcade, a rave,
Skating
Studio
rink?
54, yeah, skating rink.
It looked like the Edge sort of had that upstairs.
Yeah, it had a
but
lot
it had
of,
lots
it had
of
a lot going on.
neon.
It's basically the club we all want, but never existed.
Yeah, the club that they were all doing too much
Yes,
blow and
yes.
imagining.
Studio 54 was the club everybody wanted.
Yes.
was.
So see?
Yeah, the cast was given 3 weeks to hang out together, get to know each other, and better learn how to rollerblade properly before filming, is what I read. They also spent most of that time studying computers and how to be hackers.
One of my favorite scenes is where they are sitting in the kids' club.
It is.
And they're all talking about their hacking stuff, and this kid, because it's the era of manuals and books, they pull out these like secret or whatever, like really high-tech manuals about all of this software or code or like code. It's codes. They pull out manuals of codes, and it's just kind of cool because those things really existed.
Yeah.
Right?
Because everything was still so very, very new back then. Everything was still new, so there needed to be manuals for things. The internet was still, shit, we didn't even have like...
And my dad was internet dating, but by 1993.
Yeah, but this was 95. This wasn't like, there wasn't like going, you didn't go to Google. You
Right,
know?
right,
There was
exactly.
no Google. So you had to know, all the language.
It might...
Those manuals are the entirety of the research they did. It's like, okay, what are the manuals?
I've
The
read
Red
them.
Book of IBM, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Unix, Brown Book, fuck it, go.
That's so hilarious. There was no consultant? You don't think there was a consultant on that film?
Who's the consultant? I mean, even Bill Gates
Some
was
nerd.
still struggling, trying to make it.
Whatever.
I would bring in someone
maybe not
from
struggling.
NASA.
IBM. They just got some IBM nerd in there to explain some shit to him. It would have been fine. They could
Okay.
have called any IBM
Well, they
nerd. did
have Microsoft Windows 95, so yeah.
Wow,
He was doing
Windows
okay.
95.
He was doing okay.
There's boobs. Do you like boobs?
Are there Angelina Jolie's boobs?
Yes, there are. But briefly. It's brief Angelina Jolie boobs.
Are they stunt boobs?
No, they're
They are
hers.
definitely not stunt boobs.
They're hers.
Now
They're-
that's good. That's good fun.
You might be able to slow it down and rewind it frame by frame.
And there's a couple scenes where she's wearing like a top where I didn't ever even notice it before, but it's a totally sheer.
There's
see-through.
only one scene like
Okay,
that.
there's one scene that I never noticed before where she's wearing a sheer top, and I definitely had to
Well,
pause
may I
it.
ask you a question about her character? Is she playing someone who was underage at the time?
No.
They're in high school. They're in high school.
High school.
They're seniors.
So
Okay, she
maybe.
could be she could
Great.
be 18.
So I'll just
So
go. I'll just go turn
almost-
myself in right now.
Yes.
Authorities.
I'm now creeped.
Don't be creeped out.
right out.
Because when this came out, we were all about that same age, so it's fine.
That is true. It wasn't too bad.
Can you go into the plot a little bit?
Oh,
There's a plot.
there's a plot.
This movie get
So, this movie has everything that Die Hard had, sort of, kind of, maybe, but not really. It had, bad people trying to do bad things, So these guys are hackers, and it starts off with this kid he understands computers, and he gets banned from ever touching.
He gets
a
arrested
computer.
when he's 11 for hacking into shutting down 1,500 systems. It
Which
the
was
most-
all this is based on real events, by the way, which is kind of cool. It's they've dramatized it a little bit and moved some things out of order, but that really happened. But yeah, so
He got arrested at 11, no computer till you're 18, and then they flash forward till he's 18. And now he's in New York City, and he's in a new high school, and he has to make new friends. But he tries to hack into the TV station, and there's a scene where they're moving videotapes around, which this is very not true. Where the little computer arms grab the VHS tapes, and it's all sped up. The video's all sped up, and they're like, choo, 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 and they're fighting, and he's fighting some other hacker. Oh, they have hacker names. They have hacker names.
Oh, I love hacker names.
Hacker handles. And he is What is he? Not cool? Too cool?
Zero cool.
Zero cool. That's his 11-year-old handle, is Zero Cool. So now he has to come up with a new handle because he's all the way on the other side of the country and need to make
Now,
new
here it is.
friends.
The real life incident similar to this occurred in 1988, which did exactly the same thing. And it was a worm that the first hacker used. It was called known as the Robert Morris worm. And the effects of the worm were even more destructive than what's depicted in the movie. It crashed over 2,000 computers, and the damage is estimated from $100,000 to $10 million. And this was in 1988. So
And he was 11, for real? He was really
I
11?
don't know how old he was.
Okay. In the movie, they call him Dade. His name is Dade Murphy.
So the whole time, I'm just like, Dade. I'm like, is this motherfucking writer from Miami-Dade? I bet you this writer's from Miami-Dade. I'm just screwing around. So later, I look him up. He's from Miami.
So he was definitely doing a bunch of coke when he wrote
Definitely.
this movie.
You know what this movie needs? More cocaine. This movie needs more cocaine, people. I'm from Miami, for God's sake.
He encounters another hacker that shuts him down. They get in this little hacker fight.
Oh, hacker fights.
And then he eventually finds out that the hacker is Angelina Jolie. So, I know.
So they're in love, but they hate each other.
So it's a bunch of hacker kids at school that they become friends with. And there's subversive clothing. I love it because those boys are wearing the most terrible clothes.
But the plot is, they're trying to prove themselves, and one of them is trying to prove themselves to be a cool member of the group and get a handle and get a name. And he goes snooping around some little computer place, some company, and he just grabs a garbage file because he's like, yeah, this will prove to the fellas that I'm one of the gang. And he gets a garbage file, and then, surprise, the garbage file has evidence of this big bad worm on it. So now everyone's coming after him, and he gets arrested, and he's a kid, and now
there's some confusing computer stuff that goes on that they didn't even understand.
Right.
But
and we don't understand. But then by the end, you understand, and it's okay.
I love the concept of someone gaining coolness. It's not something I had as a child. I was very, 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 very uncool.
You?
Yes, I had at one point in my life a pair of bell-bottoms that were plaid, and they had cuffs.
How does a bell-bottom have cuffs?
They did it.
They made it in plaid, huh?
Yes.
They went there.
I like the plaid part. The cuffs are very confusing.
Were you a lumberjack?
No.
That's...
I was an elementary schooler. Then.
Wow.
I do quote this movie still to this day. I haven't in a long time, and I didn't realize I was quoting the movie until I realized it. But there's a scene where Matthew Lillard has a freak out, and he goes, okay, tension breaker, had to be done. Didn't you guys ever say that?
Yes, I saw that in the 1987 film Summer School, where Dean Cameron says it before a test, and he screams out loud. It's been done in a couple movies. That's your movie? So my
maybe
movie
it was
Summer School.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
I know.
I feel
because
like
Summer School I didn't really like.
I feel like it's been borrowed. It's
as
a thing
child.
that's just kind of gone on that everyone does. So.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I've seen it in other movies, but I can't place them right now.
Well, then maybe I got it from another movie, but I always thought I got it from this one, even though I didn't like this movie.
It could have been.
Well,
Summer School, he just screams. He doesn't like.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
Matthew Lillard has a more little.
I get
nuance.
it.
All right.
I get it. Matthew Lillard is good. He's an underrated actor.
How long is this Hackers movie? I mean, runtime.
I say we're all, hour 45.
Under 2 hours.
Definitely
for
under
sure.
2 hours.
That's a perfect.
It is.
It is a perfect.
That's good.
Yes. We like to talk about 80s and 90s movies sometimes because of their length. Because an hour and a half, hour 45 is perfect. All of these movies that are coming out anymore are 2.5 and 3 hours long. Please, who needs it, right?
Get in, get out. I don't need Thanos. I don't need 1,000 rings.
Yes.
I don't need.
Did you see Dune?
Oh no, Dune was really good. You can't say anything bad about that.
Yeah.
Well, it was long, and during Dune, I actually started a company, made some money, and then folded it. That's how much time I had.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. However, I loved Dune.
I felt that way about the latest Batman movie with Pattinson.
Oh yeah, that definitely, because that
The
had
ba-
like 87 endings.
The Pattinson movie had 87 endings.
Oh, hello, dears. Hi, how's it going?
Mildred, it's always a pleasure.
Oh, it's always a pleasure for me, dear. I love to get out of the house.
I know you do. I know you do. How's your son?
Oh, my grandson, God bless him. He's doing great. He's just playing those video games. He loves them so much. It's so nice to see him communicate with, like, other people. He's got that headset on. He just goes on and on.
That is nice. I'm sure he's talking to people all over the world.
All over the world. It's incredible.
Well, what are you in for today, Mildred?
Well, I borrowed that movie from you guys last week. What was it? The Transformers?
That's right.
I didn't understand a lot of it. I mean, it was just a bunch of robots. I couldn't tell the boy robots from the girl robots.
And it's all very confused. The lighting's terrible. Blame it on the director.
Well, that's why I come to you guys, because you know the good directors and the writers and things. But maybe that was, it was slim pickings last week. So maybe that's why it was the only one left.
It might be. I think we've restocked, though. I think everybody's returned them.
I said, I'm going to go back into the special back room again because, you guys keep sending me there. And you know what? There's a diamond in that rough somewhere. There's going to be.
There's definitely some rough back there. So good luck.
Okay, okay, doll. I'm going to go. I'll see you in a minute.
Okay. Thanks, Mildred.
So.
Those neighborhood kids.
Always coming by.
They're here for Metal Fest.
Yeah, they're here for Metal Fest. That's right.
Metal Fest brings them out. So I feel like Hackers was it well received in the 90s? Was this a big deal?
Yeah, I thought it was very well received, and it's a cult classic. It's like it's a kind of a big deal.
Cult classics mean that it wasn't a big deal at the time.
I think it did modest success.
Okay, so one of those movies that we all eventually
Which explains
saw.
why it probably didn't have a sequel.
But I didn't see it. Where was I? Where was I?
I was busy watching Pulp Fiction
know.
5 times.
Is it 95 Pulp Fiction? 94 was Pulp Fiction.
94, yeah.
It played for a year.
Yeah, it did. It played for a
Yeah.
whole year, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. I saw it. So he got so much of my money in 1994 and 95
yes,
at movie theaters.
Uma Thurman. Oh, I'm sorry, but Uma Thurman is quite fantastic in every way.
I agree.
Yes.
Dangerous Liaisons. She's mostly naked in that movie a lot.
I know that movie well.
So good.
Too well,
It's-
actually. I wore out my copy and had
boy.
to get
That's
it
what I
in.
call it, too.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa now.
I mean, wore out my copy?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
I wear out my copy all the time.
Oh.
If it's even possible to kill a DVD, but I did.
I'm sure it is. I've definitely burned a
Yes.
couple myself.
Yes.
Because
I've burned a couple myself, too.
It was hard to believe John Malkovich as her lover.
Yeah.
no,
so
it
hard
was
to believe.
so great and sexy. That
he's
movie
such a
is
smug bastard.
It's so sexy. Every bit of it's sexy. He's such a creepy, sexy creeper.
Do you think that they used a stunt boob in that film with
No,
Uma?
They
No,
show her
those
all
are her
nudie
boobs.
on the bed.
Just like Jolie's.
Yeah, no, she talks about how she was young and when she shot that and that she got naked for it.
I love that film even more now.
Harvey said, "Do it or else."
Yeah,
Oh.
something. Yeah, something like that.
It's such a stain on 90s cinema, man. God.
It really is. But it makes you wonder, like, the girls who made it through, how the fuck they had to make it through, right? Because do you think that she really...
Take any of his shit. They were either too famous or, the problem was they probably weren't famous enough.
No, yeah, I don't know.
Or they had powerful friends and they're like, this
Powerful
fucking guy-
friends.
Yeah.
Had to
Imagine what would have happened if Weinstein had directed Hackers.
We'd have more boobs?
Yeah. What did he direct?
No, he wasn't a director.
He was a
just
producer.
Producer.
Yeah.
Imagine if he had produced it.
Yeah. Imagine. Did anybody
I'm
famous?
not as knowledgeable as you folks, obviously.
There
That's
weren't
why
enough-
I came in.
There weren't enough blonde girls
Bless you.
in the movie. He liked his blonde girls, Weinstein, it seemed like. Or maybe
so did
he didn't.
Hitchcock.
Maybe he didn't
I don't
care.
think he gave a shit.
I was gonna say maybe he didn't
'Cause he
care.
went after Ashley Judd and Annabella Sciorra like crazy, and they're brunettes.
Yeah.
Hackers.
So
Oh
Hackers,
yeah. Sorry.
we're-
Thanks,
we're running,
Janitor
we're
Jay.
running away with other movies here, and we're sorry, pal. What's
It's
your name?
hard.
Did you give us your name? I didn't even know your name.
My name is Stanley.
Stanley.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
my
to
friends,
meet you.
My friends call me Stan.
Oh, that's wow.
Yes.
Party.
My
It's a
good,
party name.
good friends.
That's
me
nice.
Stan.
That's nice, Stanley.
You letting your hair down,
won't.
Stan.
I won't assume. So Hackers. Yeah, I gotta tell you, there was a lot of themes in this movie, a lot of things that happened in this movie that kids are still doing today. It is a universally appealing film, I feel like, to even the computer kids today. The games.
Rollerblading.
No, not rollerblading.
So another little tidbit is all the hacker handles that that the kid that didn't have a handle proposed were actual handles by real hackers. Like the kid that doesn't have a handle, he's like, "Oh, I need a handle, man. I'm nothing without a handle," and he gives a bunch of examples.
Okay.
Those are all actually real hackers, which are pretty neat.
What would be your hacker handle?
My hacker handle, jeez, I don't know. What would be your hacker handle?
Too loud.
Yeah,
Like
that's
number 2.
number 2.
Yeah.
Like 90s, pure
Yeah,
90s.
pure 90s. Too loud.
All caps. Loud.
All caps.
What would yours be, Janitor Jay?
Deuce dropper with no vowels.
With no vowels. Yeah.
DC. I don't know.
DD.
How about you give me a hacker handle? I don't know mine. What would mine be?
Lug nuts.
Lug nuts. With a Z? With a Z?
Of course, with a
Awesome.
Z.
Gotta be a
100%.
Z.
2 G's.
2 G's?
Double G?
I saw 2 G's when you said
Double
it.
G, double Z.
Exactly. Oh, I
Awesome.
like it. I like it.
I feel like
Well-
I'm a rapper too now.
Stanley, if you had a hacker handle, what would yours be?
Oh, I would have to be something like Stan1234.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That's very original.
Yes,
Like
it
that.
just rings, doesn't
It does. It really
Yes,
does.
I just love numbers.
It fits you. It does. It fits you.
But Hackers is full of numbers.
oh,
But
man.
they're just zeros and ones.
Actually, you know what's funny is because they didn't understand how they didn't think that people the writers didn't understand how computers worked.
Oh,
They made it all like algorithms, but like algebra algorithms, right? Like they were writing,
like equations.
equations.
A bunch of equations. Like, so they get into the internet and they fly around a bunch of numbers, but they're like E equals MC square equations. Like I said, they didn't quite know what the internet looked like, and no one does. But I mean, they gave it a good shot.
heard it's a series of tubes.
Yes.
The internet.
But you know, I feel like there was a lot of cool. I think that the more simple you get, the better it is, because like when they would go through a lot of scenes, it was like they were going through like subway tubes with the cameras, and they would speed them up really fast, and that would look cool, like you're flying through the tubes of the internet, which is pretty neat. I think Tron did a pretty good job, and that was the 80s.
Yeah, Tron really blew my mind, but that's another show. I mean, that's another movie altogether. It's another movie. Shows, movies. I get them confused these days. Netflix, huh?
I will obviously have to come back to this wonderful place to
Oh.
see more films. I'm
Absolutely.
so intrigued now.
Well,
Actually, I think that the director, when they were doing the sequences inside the computer, they're mostly motion control models, because the director didn't want to do any computer graphics because he thought it would look too artificial, which is kind of funny because it looks pretty artificial.
oh my God! And there's some scenes where they're looking at a computer screen and it's
reflecting
reflecting on their faces. Like you can see like a picture. It's a projection. Like it's obviously a projection. But like that's what they thought the computer screens
1995.
were gonna look like on our faces with that kind of like high tech graphics. Oh, so funny.
Did you guys notice the scene when they were going over Acid Burn's new laptop?
Yeah, and a tiny little
Yeah.
laptop. Yeah.
She's like, yeah, it's got like 32 megs of RAM.
She goes, "You can't handle that much machine." That's what she said to him, and I'm like, "It's the size of like the like
It's a
okay.
lunchbox.
Yeah. Sure you can't. It was cute. It's cute. It's nostalgic. It's a nice sort
Now
of
our
like.
phones have 32 gigs of RAM.
My cat's litter box has 32 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
Megs. Sorry, Megs.
Whatever. That just made me think of something totally different. A totally different Futurama. Anyway, so Hackers is really worth the watch.
Do you remember who played the IT guy for the evil corporation?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah. Of
That's-
course. Penn Jillette, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's a little cameo from Penn Jillette. There's a lot of actors in this film. There's, got Penn Jillette,
And
Fisher
Penn Jillette's
Stevens,
been painting that one fingernail
forever.
since the 90s. He still paints it. And like that's so funny because he has that one fingernail painted. Is it his middle finger? I don't remember.
I think it's his thumb.
No, it's one of his fingers.
Ah.
One of his regular fingers.
But Lorraine Bracco in her huskiest voice ever.
Oh my gosh,
Is it
Lorraine
this?
Bracco with that New Jersey accent, screaming,
There's-
screeching.
And this is the part about the overdubbing where they're forcing like themes and shit on you toward the end, where she just blurts out like fucking words when they're getting hacked to death. At the end, it drives me bananas. Like she's like, "Rabbit, cancer, brain cancer. Someone talk to me." It's like, oh my god.
So what was the evil corporation trying to do?
Who knows? Who knows?
No, they were trying to steal a bunch of money. That's what the virus did. The worm virus was gobbling up fractions of a cent, but it kept moving, so the money really wasn't gone. It was just transferring. So and this was like the very first major hack based on a real hack. Is like they used it in Superman 3, where once the worm completes its cycle, all those fractions of a penny adds up to like millions and millions and millions of dollars. And by the time they figure out what happened, you're gone. The money's in a Swiss bank account, and you're out of there.
But they framed these kids for a natural disaster that was going to happen on these oil tanker ships. And they threatened the government to give them some money, or threatened this company to give them the money. But the inside of the company were the ones stealing the money. So it was all very confusing.
Is very Hans Gruberish.
Yeah, it's very, very
Terrorists.
Yeah.
There's terrorists.
cyber terrorists.
Cyber terrorists.
So you've got some Hans Gruber, you've got John McClane in the presence of hackers with boobs and weird clothes.
Did anybody else think Johnny Lee Miller would be the star of the future?
Yes.
The next Brad Pitt. before
Absolutely.
Brad Pitt.
No.
I mean, dude, with,
No.
with this and then Train Spotting, oh my God.
He looks just like a weird...
Spider-Man?
No. I never thought anything of Johnny Lee Miller. And when I found out later that that's who she was married to, and I was like, she was married to that dum-dum?
What is he on, NCIS or some kind of weird TV show? Like
Yeah,
I
he
don't even
was.
know.
He was on some weird TV show.
It's probably not that. It's something else.
It was. It was something. Because I wouldn't watch it. Because I'm not a fan. Not a fan of his goofy face.
Wow.
What?
I think he's pretty sexy dude.
Ugh, we definitely don't have the same taste in dudes.
We don't have the same taste in men. See?
But we do have the same taste in
Janitor
women.
and I do.
Okay, well.
We do have the same taste in women. Thank God, am I right? Nothing's going to happen. Okay, dears, I came back from that crazy... there's a lot of weird stuff back there, but I just kept focused on what I thought might do me good. So I got this one. Can you guys tell me if it's any good? It's called Backdoor Brawlers. I like those shoot 'em up, bang 'em up movies, so maybe this is what I want.
I think that you've made a good decision, Mildred. I think that is a great decision, and you should definitely go home and watch it by yourself.
I always liked in the 70s, there was that movie called Billy Jack. I feel like this is kind of on those kind of lines, There's some guy kicking butt and, helping out the little man.
I'd like to see a film titled Billy Jack and the Backdoor Hackers.
I wonder
That
if
would
that's
be
available.
great.
That is a great movie title.
Yes. Wouldn't that be fun?
It
That would
w-
be fun. It's just fun. Just good fun.
I'll ask my grandson, God bless him, if he can get me a copy of that. It might exist with the internets out there and everything.
Well, I think we should write it. I think we need to go into some
You guys are
screenwriting.
so talented here in this store. I think that you could do that. you put your mind to it, doll, you can do anything.
Well, that's so nice of you, Mildred. Thank you so much.
All right.
You enjoy this movie.
Thanks. I'll give you an update next week, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Oh, I can't get the stupid dog.
Bye, Mildred.
Lovely woman. Lovely.
She really is.
Yes.
She's like family to us.
Just wonderful. Yes, I can just feel that she's like family to you. Yes.
Thanks. Well,
Well, we hope you enjoyed the film. I'm glad that we inspired you to kind of branch out in your horizons there.
I love it. I love the concept. And when you find a film that has rollerblade dancing and Angelina Jolie and computers, let me know.
okay. We
This
have.
one's close. This one sounds
Wait a
close.
minute. If we were to eat a snack with this movie, what do you think we should eat?
Oh, man. Snacks. I didn't even think about snacks. Man.
Lollipops.
Why?
Yeah.
The Angelina Jolie's lollipop head.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I was thinking a Heath bar because you have to like hack the pieces of the Heath bar out of your teeth.
Wow. I'm thinking pure hacker food. I'm thinking sitting up all night in front of the computer. I'm thinking Doritos and Coke.
Jolt Cola.
Jolt Cola.
Jolt.
Yeah.
Doritos that get on your fingers. and
Oh,
slows
so
you
maybe
down
that's a
from your
bad-
hacking.
Yeah, Doritos are bad. You need
Damn
something
it.
you
Pretzels.
Pretzels.
Yep, they don't leave a residue.
I was thinking like sour ropes, something that you have like length in, like you can just chew
on
and
it.
yeah, and it just keeps
Yeah.
going into your mouth.
That's
It's like
good.
sour candy.
Yep, some
Yeah.
kind of sour fruit roll-ups. Fruit roll-ups. Do
Yeah.
kids even eat those anymore? I'm just kidding. Everyone loves fruit roll-ups.
Maybe gummy bears too. A lot of sugar. A lot of sugar. would be
Okay.
In this movie, I think.
Yeah,
Well,
sugar snacks.
Before I go, would any of you like a Lorna Doone? I've got some in my bag.
Normally, yes, but I just had a couple of Twizzlers. I think I'm
All
gonna.
right.
I
I'll bring some next time.
Well, it was so nice to meet you, Stanley. Enjoy Hackers, and don't forget Be Kind Rewind.
Oh, yes. I don't want to be charged that rewind fee.
Right.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you.
Well,
Right.
I really did enjoy that movie until the end. I think I cuss at the end the whole time. I think I get mad at the end. I don't know why.
Is it something like, what the hell was I just watching? No.
It's just so ridiculous. How can you get mad at it?
I think that's what I get mad at. I think I end up walking away from it going, God, that was dumb. That was so dumb. Didn't I say that? I think I might have said that.
There's a lot of good redeeming moments in it, though. I mean, I kind of like. It's kind of fun. But
true.
yeah, but yeah. I mean, I it's. Did it age well? Yes and no. I
Yeah.
don't know. There's
Yeah.
moments.
There's moments
In a good bad way.
Yeah.
instead of a
Good
bad,
bad.
As well.
instead of bad, good way.
I have a confession.
Okay.
Oh.
I bought my first computer at Sears,
Whoa.
and I remember when I was buying it, there was an older guy in there, and he referenced this movie. I bought my first computer in like '96. He referenced this movie as it was like an actual real thing.
What was a real thing?
The movie Hackers. Like
but-
that's how they actually did it.
Was on
He
this.
was like a 60-year-old man talking to
Wow.
a sales representative. He's like, those hackers get in there and they move stuff around.
Oh, wow.
And they did it
It's
with
like-
this
and it's-
computer.
It's like that movie that just came out.
That's really funny.
Wow.
You're like, that's what I want to be when I grow up. Give me my computer, mister.
75 megahertz, 16 megabytes of RAM. CD player.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Hot stuff.
How much memory did you have in that thing?
It was 16 megabytes.
16 megabytes. Wow. You could save a couple of pictures on there.
It was a 1 gig hard drive. So
Wow.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, hey, Johnny, is the mayor still back there?
I totally forgot about him.
Oh, I passed out back there in the bathroom, guys. I'm sorry. It's just been a long night. And that colorful, crazy green drink is coming out both ends. I think I cleaned most of it up, though. Thanks for indulging an old man. Hey, I'm going to go back over across the street. I think they have like a special in chicken wings. All right. You guys take it easy. I'm going across the street.
Bye. Bye. Oh, all right. Well, it's been a long day.
Long one.